and a large double garage. Overall, it's a very generous package. So, how much do you think this place is on the market for, then?
Just for the house, I'd have said it was 450, but with that land, I think I'm pushing the upper limit. I think about 490.
OK.
I guess I'll dip just below Mandy, say 470, 480.
It's actually on the market for £475,000.
OK.
So, go back into the house now.
OK.
And then I'll catch you up with you, what, half an hour or so?
OK, that's
Right.
great, thanks.
Well, showing them the land last has put a completely different complexion onto how they feel about the whole package. There are hurdles to overcome inside the house, but if they can, they get a great space outside, don't they? Priced at £475,000, our first property is under their maximum budget and a great opening gambit, providing them with 2 reception rooms, a kitchen diner which was spot on, and 4 bedrooms. Outside, the 1.5-acre plot impressed them, as did the location, which puts village life right on their doorstep.
I thought the house had a nice look to it. It had some curb appeal. If I'd have seen the actual layout on a floor plan, I'd have dismissed it straight away because it didn't have the layout that we're looking for ultimately. But actually getting inside the house and having a look, it's given me a chance to see how we could live here. And I think it has some possibilities. There's some things we need to take into consideration with the lack of the family bathroom, but there are options that we could try and work around.
When we went outside, there was a real wow factor. We saw the immediate piece of lawn and the grounds around the house, and that seemed reasonably substantial. But then we turned the corner and saw the paddock. And that really was a wow. It's a massive bit of land. It's more than I certainly expected here. So it really gave us something to think about.
Did you walk outside as well?
Yes, yep.
Good job we didn't get you to walk the perimeter. You'll be here all day, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
All happy with what you've seen?
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
Let's go. East Anglia's natural landscape is defined by the Norfolk and Suffolk Broads, which make up Britain's largest protected wetland site. These inland waterways have also ensured that over the centuries, wealth and trade have flowed into market towns such as Beccles. Originally a Saxon port, nowadays it's known as the southern gateway to the Broads. Its historic centre retains its timbered buildings and 14th century parish church, where Admiral Nelson's parents were married in 1749. It's thanks to the Broads that stone from Caen in France was transported and used along with the local flint in the building of Langley Abbey, which from 1195 flourished for over 3 centuries. However, Henry VIII's dissolution of the monasteries meant that these buildings then fell into ruin. Earlier in the week, we arranged for Stuart and Mandy to visit this historic location to meet Chris Townsend, who bought the site 10 years ago and set about a grand restoration project.
So what was the condition of the Abbey when you found it?
Well, these buildings here were redundant farm buildings, really. They'd been used in the past, in the 50s and 60s, for grain storage and potato chitting. And we could see that unless we found a home for them or a reason to use them, they were basically going to fall down.
Aided by funding from Natural England and English Heritage, a £500,000 restoration has breathed new life into this building, which has the rare status of being Grade 1 listed and a scheduled ancient monument. The West Wing made up one of the grain stores and includes the public parlour, where the cellarer would have decided which produce ended up on the canon's table or was upgraded to be eaten by the abbot, whose personal store remains a stunning piece of architecture.
So this is the Abbot's cellar, and it's probably the most impressive bit of the whole Abbey complex that's remaining. You can see this fantastic vaulting that there is. And also, the great thing to remember is that the walls wouldn't have been bare flint. They would have been rendered with lime mortar and then painted in various colours. And you can see up here some of the old paintwork that's getting on for 1,000 years old now.
The fortunes of this local landmark are now secured, so that visitors have a glorious window into life here as it was 1,000 years ago. Our house hunt continues, a few miles from the village of Long Stratton, which stretches their ideal search area as it's 14 miles from Diss. However, the location does put them close to the necessary shops and amenities. Sitting on a quiet lane in the nearby village of Tharston, we're going all out for character with our second property. But whether it's to the liking of our house buyers remains to be seen. So, quite different to all the other houses in the village, a very recently converted barn.
OK.
Right.
First impressions?
Intriguing.
Curb appeal.
I'm not sure.
Oh.
It looks like a shed.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, that does surprise me. That really does surprise me, because I thought you'd love it. Oh.
OK.
Oh.
I think it's intriguing. I think it's certainly different.
Will you please reserve judgment till you see inside?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, inside is either going to be make or break, because
Yeah. I'll either walk in and love it, or, yeah.
Let's hope you walk in and love it. Come on. Mandy may think it looks modest from the outside, but as she'll discover, the Grade 2 listed status of this barn means that the original timbers are an integral part of its interior, which they'll either love or loathe. In you come.
OK. Oh, it looks different.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very different on the inside, yeah. That's what I expected.
Nice shed, isn't it?
It's good, yeah. Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah, very open plan. It's great. I was the one that said I'm not massively keen on beams, but in here it looks good.
It works, doesn't it?
Have you ever lived open plan before, like totally open plan like this?
No.
Not this
at all.
open, no. I mean, we are a little bit open plan, I suppose, where we are now, but not to this
Not
extent.
To this extent, no.
But I think it could work.
Happy so far?
Yeah.
Happier than you were outside?
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah.
Good. Tucked away off the entrance hall is a luxurious bathroom with freestanding roll-top bath. But we'll move through to take a closer look at the kitchen. So you've got defined areas here, haven't you?
Yeah.
Now, what do you think?
It's good, yeah.
Is it?
It is, yeah. I mean, the kitchen is something I would go for, sort of, the country-style kitchen again with the wooden work surfaces and everything. And it's nice that you can actually socialise with people if you are cooking, because they can just prop up and have a glass of wine. Possibly putting something there would actually keep the noise down from washing machines, because obviously if you're watching telly and that kind of thing, it...
And you wouldn't lose out any
No.
of the feeling of space here, would
Or
you?
the light either, because it's such a light room. So.
No. I want to show you the bedrooms now.
Yeah.
And just like the first house, you've got one on the ground floor. In fact, you've got two on the ground floor.
OK.
Follow me. Stuart will be pleased as he gets his home office, but not at the expense of the number of bedrooms. There are 4 in total, 2 of which are down here on the ground floor. So you've got one room just next door to this.
Yeah.
Well,
OK.
again, this is the master bedroom as they're using it at the moment, because
Right.
it's en suite and it's
OK.
got this big built-in wardrobe.
Yeah, yeah. It's big.
That's nice.
It is,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah. It's a big room.
Again, it's up to you guys whether or not you want to live on the ground floor. or not.
Yeah, yeah. It's just obviously with having sort of one small child at the moment and possibly another one on the way. It's just a case of running up down the stairs in the middle of the night, doing night feeds and
Yes.
and that kind of thing. So I think that's why, in theory, we were thinking about possibly having our room on the same level.
OK, well, let's head upstairs and see if the 2 bedrooms, which mirror each other in style, make them smile. But I'm starting to learn, when you smile, it's not always good news for me.
I suppose I don't know what to say. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's a nice, practical room.
Yeah.
It's probably a little bit tight on storage space. It depends what's in these, I guess.
You got basically storage space running along both sets of eaves.
OK.
I mean, I think if anybody came here, would probably want to get some wardrobes made to
Yeah.
put some of this hanging space
Yeah.
in.
I think maybe because of the sloping roofs, it maybe feels it makes it feel smaller.
Again, not everybody's cup of tea, of course.
But it's a good ceiling height though, because it's not like it's a low ceiling or anything. So.
No? What do you think, Stuart?
I'd prefer a bigger, squarer room, if I'm being
Yeah.
honest. If I had a preference at the 3 rooms in the house, absolutely a bit of room downstairs. It's just, again, as Manny said earlier, the practicality with the kids and coming up and downstairs and being able to hear them if they wake up in the night.
Right. These 2 bedrooms both have access to an upstairs family bathroom. Although they have reservations, our listed barn conversion gives them a generous family home and is a property style that's traditional to Norfolk. Outside, Stuart gets a double garage for his cars, and what's more, the 1/3 of an acre garden gives their son Sam loads of lawn to run around on. So mixtures of emotions with this one. How much do you think this barn conversion is on the market for?
Probably looking something around 430.
I'd probably go slightly higher, and I'd probably say 445, just because the quality of the finish inside is done well.
Well, there or thereabouts. A very good guess from you there, Stuart. It's on the market for offers around £425,000.
OK. That's, yeah.
It's a good price.
Yeah.
Go back into the house. I think it's important you see what you're getting for £425,000.
Yeah.
Catch you later.
OK.
Considerably under budget of £425,000, this barn conversion is a slice of local architecture where all the work has been done. It provides them with a fantastic flow of living areas and a great open-plan kitchen. Along with 4 good-sized bedrooms, Stuart gets a separate office, and it's all wrapped up on a third of an acre plot. Although it's nudging out of their ideal search area, there are still good road links to this from where Stuart can catch the train to London.
I think when we first kind of pulled up and saw the property, I knew it was going to be something different. It had certainly a different outward appearance. I knew inside would be something interesting. As soon as we entered, you could tell that it kind of lived up to those expectations. It had a lovely ground floor area. I think as we progressed upstairs, we started to see some of the limitations. It's fantastic that it's got 4 bedrooms, but I think the split of having the 2 upstairs, 2 downstairs is something that, again, we'll have to work out if that's really workable for us or not.
When I first saw the property, I wasn't that keen on it. It just didn't have that curb appeal that I'm looking for, really. So I was a little bit disappointed, but I was hoping the interior would live up to my expectations. I was disappointed there was 2 bedrooms upstairs. If it had been 3, I think it would have been easier to make it work.
All done?
Yes, yep.
Fairly eventful day, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Seen enough now?
I think so, yep.
Good. Let's go.
OK.
As evening falls, our house buyers have a chance to reflect on what they've seen as the first day of our search draws to a close. Armed with their £500,000 budget, Stuart and Mandy want to turn their back on commuting to London from Hemel Hempstead for the fields of East Anglia. Our 2 properties have highlighted the challenge of finding the right character family home with enough space outside. So with our mystery house, we're changing tack completely. Externally, you don't have land.
Yeah.
And I step into the shoes of some passionate locals, keeping the region's music tradition alive. On reflection, I think both of the houses that I showed our house buyers yesterday give them attributes of what they'd put on their hit list. Now, Stuart was after a fair amount of outside space, and I think the first property gave him more land than he'd ever dreamed of. And, whilst initially sceptical outside the second property, I think Mandy really got on board once she'd seen the internal configuration inside. Now, ultimately, neither of the properties gave them one thing that is now clearly really important, and that's to have all the bedrooms on one level. So for the mystery property, which we're off to see this morning, it has to deliver in that point. But I'm here to give them something also that they haven't thought about, something really, really different. And today's mystery property certainly gives them just that. Our mystery house takes us to the village of Banham, which is just 7 miles from this. Along with having a number of small shops on their doorstep, its Grade 1 listed church has that distinctive flint facade typically found on buildings in this region. Our mystery proposition, while giving Stuart a shorter commuting time to London, also gives them the smallest garden by far. However, as they'll see later, it comes with surprise accommodation, which could really make all the difference. Right, in you come. Some chickens in there. So.
Ah, yeah.
That looks nice.
Looks good.
Now, if we get alarmed, it is actually a converted barn.
Okay.
Obviously, it looks very different to the one yesterday.
Yeah.
This used to be a cider barn.
OK, yeah.
All right? Converted to the highest of standards.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous inside.
OK.
Curb appeal. Your words, not mine.
It looks very nice. Yeah. Yeah. I'm impressed by that.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
Very nice, yeah.
Don't be afraid to try again. Don't be afraid of the darkness. There's a light on the horizon. You gotta keep on believing. You gotta keep on running. You got to keep on fighting. It's time to stop the dreaming and forget about the past. Think about what you believe in. You are supposed to be enough, and don't forget that there is love, there is a head down in your heart. I know that you can feel it too. We can make it through that. No matter what the people say, you're gonna find your way. Don't be afraid